Alright, B tier, we finally made it. Here's the point where things start to get a lot more progressively positive as we go along, as well as sentimental. But first, let's start at the bottom of it with Primal. And yeah, this is just simply a good show. I haven't seen completely all of it yet, but this is something that could potentially be higher up on the list, like in the future. You know, the list in my mind. And yeah, it's just it's a good show, but I just don't have like some sort of like strong attachment to it yet. I remember catching the April Fool's preview for the second season, and the sniffly boogery dino who's making funny noises, and like to imagine him like calling sick on the phone. He's still just like ooh, ooh. And next is China, Illinois. I haven't seen this in a while, but I just remember liking what I seeing. It did pleasantly surprise me, but I think I thought it looked kind of stupid when I first saw the promos, but no, I liked it. I admittedly don't remember too much of it off the top of my head, but, you know, I enjoyed a lot what I saw, and, yeah, you know, I see it as one of Adult Swim's more, like, calm but positive shows. Okay, now next is Classic Gundam, and yes, this is the one I'm the most familiar with. Unlike in C tier, I was like, I think I saw this one. This one I know for sure that I must have seen. And yeah, it's Classic Gundam. I just have like a lot of nostalgia just simply looking at this, so I put it at the bottom of B tier, and I don't have much else to say that I didn't already say about it before. And then Hellsing. You know, Hellsing, like, it's not one of my, like, absolute top priority shows, but, you know, I've seen it, it's super fun, and I like a lot of the characters. I think they're really cool, even if they do all feel kind of like overpowered Mary Sue's for a bit. Like, this year, it's at least, like, condensed enough, and I guess also at least reasonable enough, where it's just, like, whatever, and, like, you know, it's a character who you definitely want to see win if they're fighting against really shitty people, but yeah, it's just like a really fun, big, stupid bloodfest is the biggest way I can put it. And after that is Dragon Ball Super. Yes, specifically Super, and my opinion maybe wanes on it a bit over time. I don't think it's as bad as other people seem to really like to say, but, you know, it has its moments. Do I super recommend it? I don't know. Maybe just get some sort of, like, summary and see the best parts, but, you know, I just really like Beerus, and I guess Whis to a degree, so that's kind of what puts it up there for me, and again, like, it has some of its moments. And after that is the original Naruto. I watched this a lot when it was on Toonami back in the 2000s, and sure, a lot of other kids did, and yes, obviously it's my favorite over Shippuden and Boruto. It's been a good while since I've seen it, but this show still has like a lot of nostalgia for me. Again, I'm not like, I wouldn't consider myself like a real fan, but it's just something that still keeps on, like, sticking, popping up to my life, and, you know, I like Orochimaru on the show. I love his big snaky friend. Some of the other characters are fine, and, shout out to that old classic video of Naruto singing Ice Cream and Cake. Alright, One Piece. So, I obviously haven't seen all of One Piece. In fact, it's been a while ever since I've watched it, and no fucking way am I going to be watching all of it anytime soon. No fucking way. But, I still talk about this show to this day, and just, like, I find, like, the world of One Piece to be so fucking cool and interesting, and, like, funny to a degree, just because how it's, like, Yoho Pirates, but then, like, suddenly somebody will have, like, a computer, or Blackbeard will be talking on this, like, big fucking screen of, like, giant surround sound systems for everybody to hear. And I just think a lot of the characters are really fucking cool, like Boa. I think Carrot's funny and kind of cute, and, fuck, I forget his name, because this was, like, after I started watching it, but the fucking skeleton musician dude, I think he has, like, a really fun design. I'm sure somebody in the comments will know it. But yeah, One Piece, it's something I'm not gonna fucking finish up catching up on anytime soon, but from what I've seen and from what I still like see you occasionally and talk about, it's just fucking great. Robot Chicken. Okay, so this is kind of up here for like my earliest memories of seeing it. Robot Chicken I don't find too funny anymore, but the stuff I liked and still like, I can still really like and reference a lot. This was one of my favorite shows ever when it first aired, and I was like 9 years old. Obviously, I've grown off that, and don't find like the fucking like immaturity to be as funny and shit, but again, like, the skits I still find funny, I can still reference a lot, and I will admit, like, it probably influenced my humor a lot. Not so much, like, referential-wise, but just otherwise, and, I want to talk about probably the most underrated skit in the series, which is the Final Fantasy VII fast food one, and that one they just kind of fucking did perfectly. You can tell that they actually really knew, like, the source material. I don't know, and really today, I feel like they just kind of, like, crank out whatever. I could be totally wrong though, but I don't know. Anyways, next is Black Dynamite. So I'll be honest, straightforward, this isn't like the greatest show. Season 2, which sadly was like renewed super quietly, probably isn't as good as Season 1. Season 1 I actually just recently watched some of, and I thought it was still enjoyable story-wise. But sadly the show just didn't live up to like the amazing amount of hype that was giving in. So why exactly is it up all the way here? Because holy fucking shit, just the way this show looks is just holy fucking crap. Like, this might actually be like my favorite looking TV show ever. Maybe just even like fucking amongst like movies and shows and comics and everything. This might be actually my favorite looking thing. I just absolutely fucking love the aesthetic of the show so much. It's so fucking good to look at. It's so fucking pleasing. The way they mix colors and shit and the super dark shading and just every shot is just like an absolute fucking art piece to me. Oh god, I fucking just love it. The more I think about it though, the more really this writing and stuff in the show isn't bad. Again, especially Season 1. Season 2 I barely looked at, but I found to get kind of boring fast, but maybe like I would change if I saw more of it, or maybe you would think differently. But I don't know, just the more I think of Season 1, the more like, no, this is actually kind of good. Like, just thinking of the plot and like how funny it is, and the stupid like guest characters that are on there, well, quote unquote guest characters, are like celebrities each episode that are like obviously not played by themselves, but I don't know, and like fucking Nexus being like the main antagonist is funny to me. And yeah, definitely fucking just look at Black Dynamite. Just look at it. And next is Harvey Birdman. This is the point where I'm just getting more like sentimental for the shows. And Harvey Birdman, its awesome ending theme I think of a lot. It's not the funniest show, but yeah, I love the idea of it though. I feel like the idea of it is better than the execution maybe. It's not that bad though. Like, there's nothing like inherently super bad with the execution at all. And there's definitely a lot of moments in here that I think is really funny. Just like the beginning of like the fucking Quick Draw McGraw episode, how insane that is. And of course fucking Shaggy getting busted, the classic where they fucking just hear them laughing, the mystery machine. And there's the live action footage of like the cop walking up to the mystery machine. You just hear like Shaggy laughing. It's like, there's a green monster up there, man. We're gonna go check it out with the gang. And like, as they first pull over, Shaggy just Scooby's just like, will you be cool, man? As if Scooby is like panicking while this was happening, and then punch it, and they drive off, and the fucking cops start shooting at them. But yeah, Harvey Birdman, definitely check out the best episodes of this. It's fucking great. And then Off the Air, so I'm not like the biggest like enthusiast to like, yeah, Off the Air, but this I definitely have to give credit for. It is what gives the 4 a.m. slot its absolute bizarreness and just encourages Adult Swim to like air the most fucked up shit at that time. Fucked up in a good way. And yeah, the show is probably like more fun to talk about than it is to watch. And yeah, it's just a bit kind of random. It's not like super fucking like obnoxious grown random though. It's more so like, here's a funny video of a cat, let's edit it into a segment for 5 minutes. It's almost like YouTube poop in a way in a TV show. And yeah, it's fun to talk about to just discuss what the fuck ever you saw on this show. The credits for the animal episodes is this cheese rolling thing, and that was a surprise to see because that was something I just randomly saw on YouTube once in like 2008, like early 2008. So yeah. And next is C-Lab 2021. And boy, this is really what took off Adult Swim fucking up with old forgotten Hanna-Barbera shows. And I haven't seen it in a long time, but from what I remember, again, it's really funny. I have a good connection to this show just because I just remembered seeing it on for the longest time. And, well, man, that theme song. Well, before we get to that, I just want to also say I love the atmosphere of this, and again, like, some of the episodes are probably more funny than others, but, like, The Legend of Baggy Pants is a really good one from what I remember. And just aside from that, that fucking theme song that makes it almost seem like a serious show, one of the best theme songs I've ever heard in a cartoon, and god damn it, we need to find a full version of this somehow. And next is Savior Reverend Gate Angel. You kind of have to be in the right mood to find this show funny, otherwise it might just be kind of boring or dumb. But if you're in the right mood and just like jive with the pacing really well, then it can be really funny. Like, the show is just really like self-referential and self-deprecating and like purposely stupid. But unlike, let's say, with like current Rick and Morty episodes where it just feels like insultingly stupid and offensive, this one it feels more like a proper like inside joke amongst like the fans and the makers of it. So it syncs up a lot well, and you can tell it's just like a lot more like playful and like not targeting anything, and yeah, it becomes really fucking funny and stupid at times once you're in the right mood. I'm just thinking of like him trying to hack into a virus before, and just like the way he talked as he was getting to the computer. And apparently they purposely made him more understandable in Season 2 because of people saying like they couldn't understand him in Season 1. Like, specifically critics are like taking the show way too seriously. So yes, good on that, Savior. And next is Chinchan. Obviously, this is specifically the dub that Adult Swim did and not the original. The raunchy gag dub, not to say the original is totally queen, but yeah, I haven't seen it in a long time, but I just have a good amount of like memories seeing this in 2007 and getting excited for it. And there's a lot of funny, stupid quotes in there that get more funny when you can tell that's probably something that they didn't say in the original dub, and it's just like a line they insert in. And like, I mean, like, not that was like not the original line, but like they probably just literally didn't say anything, but they just stuck in like a voice line of Shin saying "farty poop fart." And yeah, the gag dub of Chinchan, maybe a teeny bit underrated, but maybe also a teeny bit not. But yeah, it's just a show that I remember seeing a lot when I was like around 9 or 10. That was pretty fun to catch. And next is the Mighty Boosh. This is similar to a Savior, where you probably need the right sense of humor, not for the same reasons though, more so this is like weird British humor, if you want to make that a category, but this is something that gets more and more funny as you watch it more and just like enjoy the pacing more, and it's also a show that I like referencing with, like, my friends and stuff and talking about. And yeah, there's also a cool underrated bumper that I might link in the description or something about this one that I want to show. So yeah, Mighty Boosh, if you're out curious, again, probably the humor won't jive with everybody just because it's like really specific, but when it works, it's really funny. Like, you kind of have to get like more in on the joke. And I will end it there. I'll finish the rest of Part B next time and try to move fast, so see you then.